A little more complicated, but. All right, guys, we'll get going here in just a minute. Hey, Giovanni. Like I said, we'll get going here in just a minute. Gonna give people a chance to show up. I said 7.
Just gonna bring all of the people that have stacks on the other side that'll make space on the table.
Yep.
These are the new stacks, not the old ones.
I understand. What's going on, Jason? I volunteered to get my reveal first. Help. Hate to break it to you. Audio on that one is super low. That any better? I can raise it. I don't know what mic this. Like I said, first time I've done it on. Try to add it to Facebook, so it might take just a little bit of finagling on that one. No softball today. Played Wednesday night was the last time I played. We had 2 games, won the championship for the season, all that fun stuff. Sounds like I'm on the other side of the house, which is weird. Yeah, 50 plus league, Blake. Hey, tech support. Calling tech support. Tech support will get me dialed in, I hope. They're saying I sound like I'm on the other side of the world. I sound like I'm on the other side of the world.
On both?
Yes.
Well, that'll be what?
Hmm?
That's not it. Which one's closer to you?
This one. Tech support is working as we speak.
Alright, try that.
All right. Let me know if that's any better. Tech support just hit the buttons and walked away. That's confidence, folks. It's confidence when they walk away. Yeah, I did, Jason. That wasn't it. Yeah, I don't know what he did. I guess one of them wasn't picking up or something. I don't know. All right, so hopefully everything on Facebook is going to work well too. Hopefully. All right, so let's go.
Too small.
Yeah, 2 stacks.
Well, you had stuff over there for me.
Oh. All right, Cody Stark. Bill Bradley. Allie Reynolds. George Kell. I am going to try to go through these pretty quick. Josh Jung, 10-10. Guy like that. Early Win. Jim Bibby. Cecil Fielder. With the Chicken. And Scott Steiner, red, 10, auto 9. All right, so we're gaining on it. Levon Shepard. We got Brian Hill. Icky Woods. John Casey. Kenny Lofton. Rebecca Lobo. Rocket. Deion Sanders. Jason Kidd. Dominic Hasek rookie. Will Clark. And Luke Kuechly. Back half, we've got Ed Davis. Lou Piniella. Eck. Jim Palmer. Robert Parrish. Randall Cunningham. Ken Houston. Rocket. Natrone Means. Kellen Winslow. Jay Buhner. And Ron Rivera. Everything seemed fine on Facebook. That seems to be a little sketchy over there. See how it goes. Just fill out the stinking forms, Jimmy. The stinking forms, Jimmy. Everybody else is doing it. All the cool kids are getting it done. All right. So, Ryan, we got Bill Terry. Jim Leland, Juan Marichal, Frankie Frisch. Look at all this fun stuff. You got to be involved, Jimmy. Pi Trainer, Minnie Minosa, Estelle Murakami, and Lenny Moore. Obviously, Lenny must be a good signer. Over where?
Oh, here. Do those first.
What's up, Nate? How's the Facebook page? Man. Joe Morgan. Felix Morabel, 10-10 on a Lunar Glow Refractor. I mean, that's nice. Paint pen, Lunar, 10-10. Look at that, Jimmy. It's an angel. Morgan might actually have something you want. Noah Schultz, Refractor, 9-9. Noah Schultz with black ink, Go Sox, 9-9. And Carson Wisenhunt, 9 with a 10 auto. What's going on, Dave? Jesse Burton. Basketball. We got Gary Payton. 2 of them. Austin Reeves. DeAndre Ayton. Bronny James. Marcus Smart. JaVale McGee. Jose Alvarado. Jordan Hawkins. Got like that last name. Jonas. And Davion Mitchell. My lower end 1-of-1 Trouts. That's hilarious. Nick Webb. Look at this. Sandy Koufax. Nolan Ryan. Alejandro Kirk. 10-10s on that. And we got some Lorcana. We've got, what, Cold Foil, Rapunzel, Hey, Genie, Fire the Cannons, and Hans. So, nice Disney stuff. Next up, we've got John Green. We've got one. Does not fit holder. Safely, unfortunately. 1954s are tough. I'm assuming that's what that is. Or 55. No, 52. Just a little big. Bill Mazeroski.
Mickey Lolich, Tommy John, Cranepool and Swoboda, Frankie and Brooks Robinson, Sandy Koufax, Mazeroski, Bert Blyleven, Raleigh Fingers, Pudge, Bert Blyleven, Reggie, Keith Hernandez, Vern Law, and Vern Law. On Facebook or here, Casey? It shouldn't be cutting out here. I don't ever have that problem. It definitely seems to be behind. All right, Barry Upman. We got some Venezuelan cards. Roy White, Bobby Richardson, Al Downing, Bobby Richardson, Al Rosen, Luis Arroyo, Tommy John, Bobby Richardson, Bobby Shantz, Lou Piniella, a Venezuelan Winter League sticker, Jim Mora, Mazeroski and Richardson, Wade Boggs, Chicken, Gil McDougall, Bobby Shantz, Al Leiter, signed by Steve George, the actual person in, and Steve George, not Al Leiter, and Danny Tartable. And yes, this is all of 10, plus we do have some other stuff here. Casey, your stack's getting closer. This is 10. No, we only posted half of 10, Colin. Only half of 10 came back. They don't all come back together. Unfortunately, Terry Bradshaw for Rick Seabrains was a secretarial. That's the only one, though. This will tell you how big these subs are that are going in and how much we actually do. Diane Taurasi, 2 of them. Lou Hudson, Dirk Nowitzki, Guy LaFleur, Jerry West, Peyton Manning, Mariano Rivera, Clayton Kershaw, Yogi Berra, Willie Rofe, Warren Moon, Walter Jones, Eck, and Gossage. You're having problems with YouTube, Casey? I don't ever have problems with YouTube normally. Okay, yeah, Facebook seems to... I mean, I'm watching it. I mean, it's running on my end, but not as clean as I would like it to see it, unfortunately. All right, next stack we have for Ryan Fink, Mike Mussina, Warren Moon, Goose Gossage, Robert Parrish, Harold Baines, Ryan Sandberg, John McEnroe, Gary Player, Fred Couples, Jose Canseco, Warren Moon, Wade Boggs, Joe Theismann, and Lee Trevino. It's a nice Lee Trevino right there. Try to understand this will not be instantaneous getting you shipping invoices. I went ahead and got Custom 6 out earlier today. So all Custom 6 was done. I didn't do a reveal. I just wanted to get those out for people. Nick Finch up next. I will be working on this all weekend long. So, no, you should see an invoice come through at some point during the weekend. All this stuff will go out Tuesday. Monday is a holiday. Bobby Richardson, Eck, Marshall, Roy Face, Billy Williams, Jim Palmer, Bobby Richardson, Don Sutton, and Eddie Murray. So just trying to make sure everybody is aware. Todd McNall. I know I saw you somewhere. You had two, unfortunately, both secretarials on the Reggie Jacksons. Unfortunately. All the rest is good, though. Dr. J. Casey Jones. Bob Lanier. Wayne Embry. Daryl Dawkins. Mel Daniels. This is all the basketball stuff I used to collect as a kid. Love these cards. Daniels, Elgin Baylor, Jerry West, Mike Krasinski. I'm terrible with that name. Vader Wrestling. Charlotte. Kamala. Superfly. Ryan Sandbergs. And Abdullah the Butcher. Yeah, I'm a sucker for that, for old vintage basketball. Speaking of which, I'm sure you guys have already seen them, but I did get a couple back. This will give you an idea of the difference in size, guys. The difference in size on these things. So they are quite big. But we got Lou Alcindor and Wilt Chamberlain's back. So if you're sending in any tall boys, postcards, anything along those lines, index cards, this is what they're going to be in. Just so you're aware. And that is the size. Let me put that back over there on my stuff. Continuing on, Alan Ray. Brooks Robinson, Peyton Manning, Pete Weber, Scotty Bowman, and Eli Manning. Casey, you're up. And I don't have any ones they didn't do. So all yours came back good. By the way, I am also told, by the way, when it's all said and done, our turnover on these things is unbelievable. Most of them people submit, they're looking at 50, 60%, maybe 70%. Our rate of actually getting slabbed is unbelievably high. All right, so Lomberg, Johnny Damon, Trot Nixon, Veritek, Dwight Evans, Canseco's, Bobby Doerr, and Fergie Jenkins. They are hefty. Those things are hefty. Give them that. Brooks, Mazeroski, Monty Irvin, Bill, Dwight, Bill, Tiant, couple of them, Ellis Burks, Steve Lyons, and Jerry Remy. Eck. Wait, I think everybody sends in at least one of these at some point. Wade Boggs, Juan Marichal, Sandberg, Mazeroski, Wade Boggs, Brooks, Whitey Herzog, Brooks Robinson on a decal edge. Love that. Nice old vintage. Duke Snyder. Anybody have any questions? Feel free to ask while we're going through this. Yeah, they are. Jim Cott, Tito Francona, Kurt Schilling, Chuck Schilling, not Kurt, Chuck. Whole bunch of Chuck Schillings. Mazeroski, Brooks, and this one's Jim Rice. Huh. Yeah, you would think so, huh? Pretty sure Casey's maybe. It's possible that if everything got combined, possibly. Carl Yastrzemski's. We got two. Nolan Ryan. Authentic Altered AA, but it is good. The other one got a 1. Johnny Bench, Roger Clemens, Clemens Tiffany, Randy Moss, Finest Refractor, always loved that card, and Eli Manning, Refractor. That was Patrick Kleps. Dusty Baker had 1 questionable, Joe Montana. All the rest, Jason Kidds, were good. So we had 4 Jason Kidds. Brian Biggs finally got his Elena Black back. They denied that, but he actually works for JSA. It was in their system, so we got that one fixed. We do solve problems when we can. Bobby Thompson. Raymond Berry. Brooks. Whole bunch of Brooks. That is Jim Palmer, another Brooks, and Brooks. Steven Cabrera. Absolutely. Hey, I do my best. Tony Blanco, Hector Rodriguez, Emil Morales, Walter Yannick, Haesok Jong, Tyson Lewis, and Bryce Cunningham in with a 10-10. Hey, the next deadline is March 4th, guys. March 4th, next deadline. I do have packages yesterday and today show up, so try not to wait until the last minute, especially with USPS. The earlier you get them to me, the better shot you guarantee you're going to get in. Gary Carter, Andre Dawson, Mariano Rivera. I mean, these are all big names, guys, it seems like. Eck, Brooks Robinson, Reggie Smith, Stan, Bobby Shantz, Vern Law, and Don Larson. Look at the background. You wouldn't be the only one. Promise you. I mean, at $15, it is so much cheaper than anywhere else right now doing this. And for what you get in return, it's not even close. Eck, Gossage, Lenny Moore, Steve Garvey, Jim Palmer, Marischal, Steve Largent, Wade Boggs, Dan Fouts, Paul Molitor, Jim Cott, Jose Canseco, Raleigh Fingers, and Ron Say. I mean, hand cut, 1975 Hostess. I mean, come on now. David Lindquist. We had 1 Buzz Lightyear. That's the Tim Allen. I don't know if you were out there, Dave. I told you, do not get your hopes up on the Tim Allen. That's why. Came back secretarial. Everything else was good, though. So, that's your only miss, and you kind of knew it was coming. Not bad. Adrian Dantley. Kingman Thomas. Billie Jean King. Paul Molitor. Jim Cott. Larry Walker. Mike Greenwell. Look at these. The Elite's coming. Olerud. Howard Johnson. Dwight Gooden. Terry Pendleton. Wade Boggs. Ron Gant. Paul Molitor. Elvin Hayes. Ozzie Canseco. Wade Boggs. Steve Carlton. Andre Dawson. I can tell you the secondary doesn't put a whole lot of effort into it either. Musina, Oliva, Marischal, Bill Mazeroski, Burt Blyleven, Raleigh Fingers, Foster and Rice, Fielder Canseco, Bill Buckner, Andre Dawson, Jim Rice, Pudge, Jose Canseco, Jim Palmer, Clemens, and Karen Allen, Raiders of the Lost Ark. There you go, Dave. Yep, wait, 11, you're looking in the next week or two, I would say you should start seeing them come back. Might get some a little next week. I would say definitely in 2 weeks. I literally had an hour, it felt like a long conversation about stuff. Hopefully we're going to get this a little quicker. I'm trying to bump them to 6 weeks. Right now they're 6 weeks to 8 weeks. I'm trying to get 6 weeks at the end. So we'll see how it goes. Adam Van Reen, Alfonso, Movon, Chipper, Pollock, Tony Delk, and Fred Lane. Yeah, I'm not sure about 5x7s, unfortunately. I haven't heard anything new on those. Just as of right now, the 3.5x5 for postcards and stuff. Jim McCartney, obviously. Vanderbeek just passed. Carolyn Grimes and Jose Canseco. So yeah, these were obviously CGCs. No, they all went through JSA. Even though they didn't have to, but you got the different, keeps all the stuff looking the same. Huh, they got through. Giovanni. You got Rosa Mendez, Primo, and Epico. Wrestling. I mean, this will give you an idea, guys, how many cards. I haven't even gotten to the stacks and back yet. And this is a partial of 10 still. Mackenzie, Joe De Lameleur, I'm terrible with that name. Donnie Green, Mike Montler, and Lamar Jackson. Joe Gallagher. Anything that's 3.5 by 5.5, it cannot be bigger than 3.5 by 5.5 inches. As long as it fits, should be good. Luca, 9-5-10 on a Luca, guys. 10-10 on a Luca. I mean, come on now. Steph Curry, 9-5-10. Steph Curry, 10-10. Shy, 9-5. Caitlin Clark. Connor McDavid, 10-10. Twice. Joe, you killed it. I mean, that is an absolute massive killing right there. How much would PSA charge for that? It wouldn't have been what he paid. Promise you that. All right. Matt Patterson. We've got CGCs. We've got Superman. Ric Flair. Authentic altered. They do kind of show you that. I'm guessing it looks like it probably been cut. Yeah, if it's 5x7, it's too big. Unfortunately. Drago. Rocky Balboa, a 10. Thunderlips. James Clubberlang and Apollo Creed. Andy. Unfortunately, we do have a secretarial and 3 questionables on Gretzky, Bonds, George Jones, and a Jordan. There you go, Matt. We got him back for you. Tom Brady, and he's got big. Andy's got some bigger names in this. Roman Anthony, Max Clark, Nick Kurtz, Freddie Freeman, Mookie, Max Scherzer. Oh, were they? King Griffey Jr., Kirby Puckett, Miguel Cabrera, Randy Johnson, Pat Cummings, Roman Anthony, Jerome Bettis, Christian Campbell, Aroldis Chapman, Garrett Crochet, and that is a 10-10. Dwight Evans, Juan Marichal, Pedro, Marcelo Mayer, Bill Mazeroski, Jim Mint 10, Cal Raleigh, Trevor Story, Fernando Valenzuela, Jason Veritek, and Larry Walker. Oh, if you like vintage stuff, it's either it's either 11 or 12. One of them has 180. Hank Aaron, Mickey Mantle, Sandy Koufax, anywhere from the 30s to the 60s. Shannon Home, my Miami guy. These are CGCs. We got Jim Leland, Josh Beckett, Jose Fernandez, Jazz Chisholm, Paul Warfield, Cameron Wake, Brad Penny, Ichiro, and these are way thicker. Give you an idea. Way thicker on some of these. Frank Gore, Thurman Thomas, Chris Carter, all in Dolphin gear, by the way. Darren Dalton, Jack McKeon, Bobby Bonilla, Andre Dawson, Trevor Hoffman, Dwight Stevenson, Brian Cox, Larry Little, Ryan Fitzpatrick, and Bob Greasy. Derek Hoban. We've got a Joe Delaney, and unfortunately, the other three did not pass. Pat Tillman, Sean Taylor, and the Raiders team, Al Davis, unfortunately. So I'm hoping you got them from somebody you can get back with on those, hopefully. Jerry Rogers. We've got Alvin Robinsons, Wayne Harris, Lamar McLean, and Fred Hogman. Inconclusives and questionables, unfortunately, but the rest are good. Jason Peters, Ken Hamlin, Kenoy Kennedy, Moncrief, Tony Brown, Sidney Moncrief, Lee Mayberry, Leitner, Corey Beck, Corliss Williamson, Frank Broyles, Roger Craig, Jesse Clark, Steve Corte, Billy Ray Smith, Barry Foster, Warren Moon, Darrell Johnston, Henry Ford, Wayne Martin, Clint Stoner, Preston Carpenter, Dave Middleton, Wayne Harris, Danny Brabham, Jim Lindsay, Paul Seymour, Bill McClard, Marsh White, Joe Ferguson, R.C. Thielman, and Gary Anderson, USFL. Wayne. Finally got to Wayne. Wayne is my Bobby Witt / football, college football guy. Here we go. Bobby Witt, 10-10. Franklin Reyes. Carnell Tate, 10-10. Bijan Robinson, 10-9. Rocco Becht. Will Howard. Luther Burden, 10-10. 10-10. 10-10. Nussmeier. Wayne got a decent amount of 10-10s. Noah Fifita, 10-10. Ashton Genty. Steve Angeli, 1 of 5, 10-10. And a 10 on the 4 of 5 non-auto red. And 10-10. Jeremiah Love, 10-10. Steve Angeli, 10-10. 10-10. 8-5-10. But back to 10-10. Omarion Hampton. I told Wayne he needs to tip the dealer. I don't know if he's out there. This is 10. Omarion Hampton, 10-10. Jaden Maeva, 10-10. Brendan Sorsby. Justice Ross Simmons, 10-10. And Jaden, 9-10. All right, Wayne. All right, Mike DeShelter had 1 Isaiah Thomas secretarial. Sam Weish, Matt Shaw, Herman Moore, Dalton Rushing, Denny McLean, Miguel Amaya, Cecil Fielder, Reese, Dennis Eckersley, Dumars, Carmichael. This is a partial order. Keep that in mind. This is partial. We've already did about half of them already before today that had already come back. This is half of 10. McGonigal, DeVries, Reese, Cam, DeBarge, Munoz, Parker Meadows, Joe Theismann, Brooks, Walter Jones, Mickey Lolich, Lou Whitaker, and Denny McLean. We're getting closer to being done, but we still have quite a bit left. I'm getting this stuff here. I still have 2 more boxes after these big stacks. This one is Patrick Wiebeld. We've got Valenzuela and a Lawrence Taylor. Secretarial on both, unfortunately. But the rest of the stack is good to go. How about we go Warren Moon, Howard, Jimmy Jackson, Ken Caminetti, Eric Turner, Jim Harbaugh, Eric Dickerson, Jim Lachey, Bobby Crimmins, Andre Badmoon, Dan McGuire, Carl Banks, Jeff George. Patrick, if you're out there, do you have this full set done? Or working on it? Yeah, Jim, you can always go over to YouTube. It's always recorded. Jeff George, Boomer Esiason, Bruce Smith, Brian Arakpo, and Jason Giambi. Yeah, it's always on YouTube. Always on YouTube. We got Greg Strepenick. Yeah, that guy. Kevin Smith, Tommy Maddox, Vaughn Dunbar, Chester McLaughlin, Alonzo Spellman. These are the golds, by the way. The gold football on the back. Troy Aikman, Randall Hill, Eric Dickerson, Bernie Kosar, Mike Singletary, Anthony Miller, Randall Cunningham, Steve Young. This will give you an idea. We don't just get the low end. I mean, this is a lot of high end stuff in here, guys. A lot of it. Chris Mullins, James Worthy, Eric Dickerson, Andre Rison, Dusty Baker, Ty Law, Jim Palmer, Don Sutton, Mike Allstott, Bagwell, Craig Biggio, Singletary, and Entman. All right, Patrick, that was yours. Next up, Ryan Walsh. All yours turned out good, Ryan. Kemp. Mike Musina. Dirk. Ovechkin. Bobby Cox. Robin Yount Mini. NorCal Pat. Well, it's Weebald. I don't have a name on. It doesn't give me a name anymore. It just gives me your @ Steve Carlton, Mario Lemieux, Timu Solani, Tom Berenger, Joe Paterno, Nolan Ryan Variation, Nolan Ryan Golden Rainbow, Jim Kelly, another thick hash marks, Carlton Fisk, Jose Canseco Tiffany. Continuing with Ryan Walsh. Daryl Kyle, Larry Walker, Fred McGriff, Harold Reynolds, Kenny Lofton, Eddie Murray, Ozzie Smith, Sean Kemp, Nolan Ryan, Refractor, Sandberg, Boggs, Winfields, whole bunch of them, and Kenny Lofton. Can you give me my box? Top left. Mark McGuire, Kenny Loftons, Vinny Castilla, Mike Musina, Mark McGuire, Juan Marichal, and Nolan Ryan Refractor in white. All right, Ryan. Congrats. Eric Johnson, you are up next. Gives you an idea, guys. Wade Boggs. I'm just pulling them out, putting them back. How about a 10 on a Wade Boggs? That is Ernie Hudson. Sigourney Weaver. Brandy Chastain. Sorenstam. Bob Newhart. Billie Jean King and Lenny Moore. James Lofton. Whitey Herzog. Bobby Witt, Tony Perez, and the Witt is a 10-10. How about that? Bobby Witt, 10-10. Lee Smith, Warren Moon. McCall and Bailey Howell. Rick Barry. Robert Parrish. Cliff Hagan. Eric Lindros. And Sophia Loren on a 1962 Dutch gum. Barry Larkin, 10-10. Larkin and Ryan Sandberg. Steve Garvey. John Schmaltz, 10-10 on a John Schmaltz upper deck, guys. How's that? And Rich Gossage, 6-5. Larry Walker. Bert Blyleven. And Chipper Jones. We've got Edgar Martinez. Vladdy Guerrero. 10-10 on a Vladdy. And Don Sutton. And Anthony Daniels at the end. Star Wars. Absolutely. All right, that was Eric. We've got one more box. And for those that don't know, I definitely collect myself. You saw the basketball. This is the stuff I put in. I got James Tibbs. Chandler Simpson. Theo Gillen. Kevin McGonigal. Sebastian Walcott, 1010. Red paint pen. Felnan Celestin on a Lunar Glow. And, yeah, I'll pull them out. What the heck? If you're into prospects, Charlie Condon. Whole bunch of Charlie Condons I picked up. Maui Ahuna. Richard Petty. Noah Schultz. Josh Briseno. And Bo Walker. All right, guys, that's it. Believe it or not, that's the end of it. So all that stuff will get packed up and ready to go out over the weekend. You will definitely have an invoice no later than Monday. As soon as you get it to me, I will make sure they definitely go out on Tuesday, guys. Monday is a shipping holiday, but I will get these out on Tuesday. So March 4th is the next deadline. Make sure you get them in as quick as possible. Just makes it easier. That last minute rush to get them in. I'm telling you, unfortunately, USPS does like to have stuff show up late. But, all right, that's it. I will catch you guys later. Hope you have a good reveal, and I will